My wife is driving me crazy over her ex. My wife is indeed driving me crazy because she has refused to stop using her ex-husband's name, and this is causing me so much headache in our marriage. I got married to my wife about 5 years ago, but my wife has simply refused to stop writing and using her ex-husband's name. And what annoyed me most about all of this is that her family, friends, and even sometimes some church members and even her own pastor addressed her by her former husband's name instead of my name. Meanwhile, this same pastor officiated our marriage ceremony in his own church. My wife was once married to a very rich and a powerful politician in our country, Nigeria, and the marriage lasted for 8 years. Unfortunately, the marriage couldn't produce any children, so the man's family gave her so much pressure to have babies or they would throw her out of the marriage. And indeed, they succeeded in doing that when the marriage entered the 8th year without it producing any child. So I later married her when they got divorced because she is very industrious and very, very beautiful. Anytime that I attended programs with her, people will always compliment her great beauty, and I always felt so proud as the man in her life. Fortunately, God has blessed us with twins during our second marriage anniversary, and I am really happy and fulfilled as a man. But there's only one problem that is eating me up in this marriage. The problem is that my wife has refused to stop writing and using her former husband's last name. Yes, I am very much aware that her former husband is very wealthy and very powerful politician, and his name, they say, carries a lot of weight in our country. And some people even say that his last name can open mighty doors which ordinary names cannot. All of that I acknowledge. But the issue is that marriage was dissolved a long time ago, and both my wife and her former husband had moved on. So why can't my wife equally drop his last name for mine? The only excuse she gave me was that she went to the appropriate office for the name to be changed, but there were a lot of people there. Besides, she explained that the process was quite cumbersome, so I should just allow her to keep her former husband's name because to her, it didn't really mean anything and it is just a name. She went further to explain that she had also registered 2 of her companies using her former husband's name, so I should just allow her to continue to use the name. But I feel the real reason why she doesn't want to change her former husband's name to mine is because of how famous and worthy her ex-husband is. And I also think that she feels his name carries a lot of weight. Therefore, she wanted to be associated with that name as long as she could. And the most annoying part was when I visited her family. Some of her family members would even address her using her former husband's name instead of mine. And it felt so demeaning and so disrespectful to me as a man. It made me feel like I was not man enough to have a last name over my own wife. Yes, I know I am not as powerful or as rich as her former husband, but I am now the man in her life, and I expected her to accord me that respect as the man and the husband in her life. A lot of people think I am acting jealous and I'm also being too petty. But to me, it is not about being jealous or about being petty. It is about my wife showing or according me the necessary respect as her husband because I provide for her and her household as a responsible man and a husband in her home. So why is she refusing to accord me that respect and give me what I wanted her to give me? And that is as simple as possible. Dropping her former husband's last name and then using my instead. My dear men out there, would you allow your legally married wife to continue to write and answer to her former husband's name, making you feel like you are less of a man in your own home? Do you think I am being petty since most people say it is just a name and I should allow my wife to use the name as long as she wanted? Please, I need some answers because this change of name is driving me crazy in our home. Wow, this is quite a different story right there. Guys, what do you make of this worried man's request for his wife to change her former husband's name to his? Do you think he's being petty, or he should just allow his wife to keep whatever name she wanted to keep, or he has the right to insist on the woman changing the name because she's now married to him? Please kindly leave your opinions and your thoughts in the comment section, and kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification for more stories. And now our word for this story is insurmountable. Insurmountable is something that is too difficult or a problem. For example, changing your ex-husband's name should not be insurmountable for a writer's wife. Thank you very much for watching, and please do well to watch my other videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye y'all.